My cherished child, consider this. What if every challenge you faced, every tear shed when no one saw, every moment you felt distant from me was precisely what readied you for what is now unfolding? What if those times you thought were stops were not refusals, but my careful design, preparing for a turning point so profound that even the unseen world has been waiting for this precise instant? This is not random chance. You did not arrive at this place by accident. There is a sacred summons echoing in the spiritual realm right now, a divine marker set before you were born, timed to activate at this very moment. And that summons is specifically for you. For a long time, others advised you to be patient. They told you your opportunity would eventually arrive. But what if I revealed a truth that some who speak of blessing prefer you not to grasp? What if the very structure designed to keep you in a state of expectation is about to be dissolved by my unchanging decree? As you take in these words, the spiritual air around you is changing. Can you sense it, my child? That powerful energy you feel, that is not apprehension, that is the feeling of readiness. That is my unseen servants taking their positions for you. Prepare yourself, for I will tell you something that will utterly transform how you see the journey I have prepared. I know deeply that you are here because your spirit recognizes this time. What is about to be unveiled has been kept from many held within the secret timing I have appointed. Those who seem to effortlessly draw good things into their lives have grasped this truth. But today that separation is being lifted. Your complete journey forward does not begin when you feel you are ready. It begins when I declare you are ready. And I have just declared now. The question is not whether you are deserving of this reception. The question is, are you brave enough to embrace it when it goes against everything the world instructed you about how favor appears? Your divine summons is sounding. The appointed hour has come. Your complete life journey begins today. What if everything you have been told about my timing was structured to keep you perpetually waiting? What if the very people who advised patience were benefiting from your prolonged difficulty? What if I sounded a call so mighty that it broke apart every delay, every excuse, every reason you have been given for why your turning point has not arrived? The truth I will now speak will completely change how you perceive your coming days. I sounded the call, and only those prepared heard it. There is a sound resonating through the expanse of eternity right now, a sacred point in time fixed before, creation now set in motion. It is not a gentle nudge to awaken. This spiritual call breaks through long periods of sadness, cuts through years you spent questioning if I saw you, and shatters the lies that said you must keep waiting endlessly. This summons is not ringing in your physical hearing. It is resonating in your spirit. And if you are here right now, feeling that stirring deep within, that powerful sensation running through you, that is the sound of your divine timing activating. For years, you have sought confirmation. You have prayed for a sign. You cried out to me asking, "When is it my turn?" And every kind advisor offered the familiar words, "Just wait. Just be patient." They said, "Be patient, but consider this." What if patience was not the course I planned for this moment? What if every delay was a deceptive copy designed to keep you from the good things I was getting ready for you? What if your time of getting ready is finished and your time of receiving has truly started? Your season has just shifted. The great timing of the universe has reached your specific point. The divine countdown that has been active in the background of your life has reached its end. And the summons that is sounding is not just any summons. It is your summons. Your name is connected to it. Your turning point is linked to it. Your complete life journey is tied to it. Picture this with me, my beloved child. In the vast expanse of heaven, there has been a great timekeeper, not marking small moments, but marking the turns in lives and the unfolding of destinies. And on this timekeeper there was a specific mark set for your upliftment, your turning point, your transition from difficulty to abundance. That timekeeper has just activated. The sound is so strong that it is loosening the very foundations of every boundary that has been placed upon your life. It is breaking the hold of old patterns. It is opening up what felt closed. It is removing every barrier above you. But here is what makes this summons different from every other spiritual message. You have encountered. This is not about inspiration. This is not about motivation. This is not about stirring you up for another disappointing period of waiting. This is about making things happen. When this divine summons sounds, it does not just awaken you. It activates. The path I set for you, it does not just stir your core. It causes your surroundings to change. It does not just inspire your faith. It starts your receiving. The entrances that have been sealed against you have just received the means to open. The resources that I have set aside in my abundance, marked with your name, have just been released. This is not a test. This is your divine summons. Here is something very important you must grasp. Not everyone can perceive this summons. It is tuned to a specific frequency. It only resonates with those I have prepared for this exact moment. It only reaches the awareness of those who remained true while waiting, who stayed strong through difficulty, who kept believing when everything around them urged them to stop. If you can sense it, my beloved, if something stirs deep within you in this moment, if your core feels a response, if tears well up because you know this is for you, then you are not just prepared, you are being set in motion. This sound comes from my very presence, and it is calling out to you personally. Can you recognize my call in this powerful moment? Do you feel the purpose I gave you stirring deep inside? Can you sense that everything you have endured, each tear, each difficulty, each time you felt invisible, was preparing you for this divine call? This is the sound of your time of waiting, concluding. This is the sound of your time of abundance starting. This is me saying your struggle is over. Your complete life journey begins now. But what exactly happens after the summons sounds? What changes when I declare your waiting is finished? That is where this story expands into possibilities you never imagined. There comes a point, my child, when my patience for the delays you have faced reaches its limit. What happens when I, the Almighty, look upon your circumstances and declare, no more? What unfolds when my just resolve rises against what has held back those who belong to me? At a crucial moment, something shifted in the unseen realm that has not occurred in ages. I, the Father, arose from my place of rest. The very atmosphere around my presence grew heavy with my strong feeling, not directed at you, my precious child, but on your behalf. My child, grasp this truth. There have been forces acting against you, seeking to keep you bound, gaining something from your difficulties. These were not random occurrences. There are hidden powers that thrive on your frustration, aiming to prevent you from living the life I intended for you. But I tell you, my beloved child, when I choose to step in, when the one who created all things takes your situation into my own hands, everything changes entirely. The declaration that went forth wasn't just meant for your hearing. It was a clear message sent to everything that has restricted you. It was my pronouncement. This cherished one of mine is moving forward, and nothing will impede this. Listen closely, because what I reveal now will profoundly impact you. The hardships you encountered, the financial pressure, the isolation in relationships, the health challenges you battled, the obstacles on your path ahead, none of it happened by chance. It was resistance. But even resistance operates within certain boundaries. And according to the spiritual framework I established, there is a maximum time anything meant for you can be unjustly withheld. That maximum has now been met. All that you perceived as gone is now returning to you in greater measure. Everything that was seized is being given back with overflowing plenty. Everything that was held back is now being accelerated by my direct involvement. But here is something truly remarkable. That declaration wasn't confined to this place. It resonated across all of creation, linking the past, the present, and the future. The petitions lifted by those who lived before you concerning your lineage are now being answered. The devoted actions of your forebears are now yielding benefit for you. The offerings given in earlier times are now ripening into your recompense. This isn't solely about your individual advancement. This is about correcting the course for your family story. This is about elevating your family, standing from simply enduring to genuinely flourishing. Do you perceive the shift occurring inside you? That sensation isn't apprehension. It is expectation. Your innermost self recognizes what your intellect hasn't yet fully comprehended. You are different now than you were just moments past. The fundamental pattern of your life has altered. The path ahead for your future has changed course. The very essence of why you exist has been clarified anew. But I need you to grasp something vital about my timing. When I choose to act, I do not proceed gradually. I do not introduce breakthrough cautiously. I do not reveal opportunities incrementally. When I determine your specific time has come, everything unfolds abruptly, simultaneously, in ways beyond natural understanding. The fullness of life that is about to manifest in your reality will not arrive gradually over time. It will surge in with immense power, like a flood breaking through a dam. The grace that is about to envelop you will not accumulate slowly. It will cover you immediately like a sudden cloud in a clear expanse. And those who have opposed you are about to learn why you do not obstruct one who is the focus of my specific regard. Every access point they sealed is about to be opened with force. Every link they severed is about to be restored with greater firmness. Every chance they took is about to be given back, bringing additional benefit. This is your decisive moment, my beloved one. Not a time for hopelessness, but a time for my personal involvement, just as I moved on behalf of those facing insurmountable circumstances in times past. When this time arrives for you, limitations will break apart. Ways forward will appear, and liberty will arrive with strength. But here is what will absolutely amaze you. The declaration was merely the start. What comes next is a sequence of occurrences that will entirely remake your circumstances. Consider why the struggles began before you even knew your purpose. Why did pain find you ahead of favor? Why did the one who opposes me target you when you were still pure, still believing, still assuming life was secure? The answer will change how you see your entire life. You were not targeted because you were vulnerable. You were targeted because of the person you were destined to become. A hidden conflict has been waged over your existence since before you drew your first breath. Right now, in the unseen dimension, there are two main areas of activity. In one, the powers of shadow conspire against you. In the other, my heavenly realm prepares your triumph. Both sides are aware of something concerning you that you are only now starting to comprehend. Your life holds a purpose so profound that the shadows tremble when your name is spoken. Let me reveal something to you that will lift your spirit and cause your thoughts to go deep. In the timeless dimension, there is an account bearing your name. Within it are realities that predate time itself. Spiritual covenants, assurances given to your lineage, heavenly provisions that were reserved before the world came into being. These are more than just blessings. These are what belong to you by right through spiritual link and heavenly pronouncement. But this is where the conflict started. The instant your position was secured in the heavenly account, the powers of shadow initiated their attack. They perceived what was recorded about your coming days. They reviewed the assurances connected to your family. They observed the fullness, the reach, the effect that was meant to flow through your life. And they responded with dread. Before you spoke your first sound, I knew your name, destined for abundance by my hand. That is the reason the trials arrived early. That is why your early years were more difficult than they needed to be. That is why you encountered being pushed away before you even understood what it meant to be welcomed. The one who opposes me was not reacting to the person you were at that time. He was reacting to the person you were intended to grow into. Think about it, my precious one. Why would the shadows expend energy targeting a life without particular significance? Why would these powers concentrate on someone who presented no danger to their intentions? You came into existence with an assurance woven into your deepest self. You were born carrying capability that your own understanding couldn't grasp, but that the unseen dimension recognized instantly. Every tear you shed when you were confused, every night you pondered why you felt so unlike others, that was not being left alone, that was resistance. And resistance only occurs when there is something precious worth contending over. Your difficulties were evidence of your reason for being. Imagine this, my child. In the strategy of the one who opposes me, there is a focus on you marked as having great importance. My love for you isn't based on what you have done, my child, but on the future I have laid out for you. It's not about who you are right now, but about the person you will become when you fully step into the place meant for you. Those who stood against you observed your struggles, noted your small victories, tried to disrupt your connections, and blocked your way forward. They did this because they knew that your true understanding of who you are in me would completely dismantle their influence over the position I intended for you. But here is a truth that might surprise you, my beloved one. Even while opposing forces worked to bring you down, I was quietly preparing your victory. Every path that seemed closed, leaving you confused was my protection, shielding you from things that would have hindered your progress. Good things that arrived slowly, testing your patience, were part of my perfect timing, ensuring you were ready to receive what I was making ready for you. The difficulties meant by those against you to crush your spirit instead built up your strength. The hurt sent to weaken you instead fortified you. The aloneness brought about to isolate you instead prepared you for a closeness with me that your coming season of abundance will require. You survive what was designed to destroy you. You stand firm after attacks meant to bury you. You still trust after betrayals crafted to shatter your belief. This isn't by chance, my child. This is my watchful care. This is what belongs to you beginning to reveal itself, even before you knew you possessed it. Both the forces against you and the forces for you recognized your potential, but only those against you felt threatened by it. Darkness fears you because they understand your emergence will trigger a powerful chain reaction. Your resources will serve my purposes. Your presence will inspire others. Your story will expose the deception they have used to keep my people struggling and defeated. That is why they worked tirelessly to hold you back. That is why the resistance grew stronger every time you neared your freedom. That is why uncertainty was most intense just before understanding was about to dawn. But their greatest fear is now coming to pass for you. You are becoming aware. You are remembering. You are claiming what is yours, which they worked hard to take away. The challenge persists, my child, but the final result is assured. The plans for what belongs to you are already finalized in the unseen realm. The handing over of your blessing is already agreed upon. The question that remains is whether you will bravely accept what is already set aside for you. The conflict over what is rightfully yours is reaching its peak. But what brought this intense period about? One moment shifted things, and it started when you felt alone and overlooked by me. What if I told you, my precious child, that the precise moment you felt completely unseen was the very time I turned my full attention toward elevating you? What if that single decision to obey my quiet guidance that you made in secret, the one you have forgotten about, the one that felt small and unimportant, was actually the very thing that opened the door to bringing you toward a place of abundance? What if everything now coming to you began with an action so minor you believed it held no significance? You forgot the moment, but I remembered. Right now, my child, I need you to recall not your triumphs, not the times of great joy or clear presence, but the unseen times, the unnoticed acts of relinquishing something. Remember when you followed what I asked, even when you felt profound sadness, even when you felt completely depleted, even when you knew no other person would ever see what you did. Remember when you let go of hurt toward someone who spoke ill of you, when you chose to offer kindness to someone who wished you harm, when you spoke to me about a relative who had dismissed you, when you assisted someone you didn't know who could offer nothing in return. You thought those times were only shared between us, my child. You thought they vanished into time. Small, unrecorded details of a life you felt didn't matter much. But it is noted every quiet moment of trust and loyalty. I do more than just witness what is hidden. I answer in the unseen. I act in the quiet places. I arrange things behind the scenes. And that small choice of faith, that moment of deep commitment. To follow when nobody else was looking, that is when my watchful attention became focused on you. That quiet choice, unseen by others, began a work in the spiritual realm. But here's what will truly surprise you, my cherished child. While you remained faithful in obscurity, another person was also taking note, not just me. A person with resources was taking notice. Someone with the ability to alter your situation was being prompted by your devotion. You see, the unseen world and the world you see are linked more closely than many understand. When you follow my leading, it sends out an effect, an influence that goes beyond what you can perceive, reaching places and people far away. That moment you gave generously when it cost you greatly, it sent ripples into the unseen. That time you truly let go of a deep wrong, it sent out influence. That time you chose trust instead of fear. It began a sequence of happenings that would eventually connect with someone who had the ability and position to bring about a complete change in your circumstances. The one with resources who is soon to connect with you, bringing an opportunity that will completely change your direction. They were not randomly selected. I placed them there for a specific reason. You're following my way in the unseen created. Such a stirring in the unseen world that it drew their notice in the physical world. Think about it, my child. Have you ever felt prompted to assist someone and you couldn't explain why? Have you ever felt driven to contribute to a cause, to support someone, to create opportunities for someone you barely knew? That wasn't just simple human goodness. That was my divine ordering, responding to someone else's quiet faithfulness. To me, right now, my precious one, that same arrangement is now working on your behalf. Someone somewhere is being prompted to favor you, to lift you up, to bring you to a new place. And they cannot fully explain why, but I know the reason. The reason is that very moment you believed went unnoticed. You thought nobody saw that quiet plea you made while alone speaking to me about your lack. But that is when the decision was made for your change of place. You thought nobody saw when you chose to focus on me instead of your fears. When you gave thanks instead of giving way to alarm. When you relied on me instead of shaking with fear. But that is when things began to shift for your benefit. Every small choice of faith is a message to me. Each instance of quietly walking with me is a request for my support. Every time you release something without anyone witnessing it is like placing something precious into my care, assured it will bring forth good when the moment is perfect. And that perfect moment is now. Someone with resources will soon approach. You, someone who will offer you something that will alter everything. They won't fully grasp their own impulse to assist you, but I understand completely why. I have been preparing this connection for you since those times you felt completely unnoticed. Because you stayed true to me when no one was watching, you are now finding open favor. Walking my path away from public view has caused provision to become visible to everyone. My child, the things you did in secret, done without seeking attention, have made ready a season of abundance I have planned for you. Bring to mind now, my child, one small action you took that felt invisible. Perhaps a quiet prayer, a hidden kindness, a moment of grace extended. Know this, I saw it. I hold it in my memory, and it held profound significance for me. That seemingly minor deed was weighty in my eyes, initiating a shift in your situation. Consider this. What if the paths That closed off were not proof you were unwelcome, but evidence I was leading you somewhere else entirely. And what if those who departed were not leaving you behind, but making room for something magnificent I was getting ready for you? Something too vast for the places you used to inhabit. I declare to you now, I have already begun a transition on your behalf. You sense it, don't you, my beloved? An inner stirring, a rising discomfort with your current state, a feeling that familiar places no longer suit you. Perhaps you believed you were being troublesome, unthankful, or hard to satisfy. But I assure you, this sensation is not a flaw. Within you, it is my touch directing you toward a fresh way. This sacred motion has commenced. I am causing you to move not merely your physical spot, though that may follow. I am changing you and your inner self, your affections, your provisions, and your relationships. I am relocating your entire being from a state of mere survival to a place where you are intended to thrive. Listen closely, my child. You are not becoming unstable. You are simply becoming unwilling to settle for anything that does not align with the direction I am taking you. The tasks that feel burdensome now that is not fatigue. That is your deeper self exceeding its present environment. The connections that deplete you. That is not you being problematic. That is my discernment revealing what no longer aids your genuine calling. The familiar settings that now feel disking. That is not a lack of thankfulness. That is your soul, sensing that the foundation you stand upon cannot sustain the development I plan for you. I am raising you up from your present spot, not to cause you hurt, but to settle you in surroundings of deep nourishment, where the time of plenty I have for you can truly establish itself. This is not happening by accident. This is orchestrated by the very power that directed people long ago to their designated positions and callings. You are not being dispersed. You are being positioned with deliberate design. The one who stands against you believed he was stifling you when he created hardships, blocked routes, and made things unpleasant to make you wish to depart. But what he meant for ill, I have transformed for your benefit. While he attempted to suppress you, I was already making ready your path ahead. Understand this truth he wishes you wouldn't perceive. Every location that appeared to turn you away was in fact safeguarding you from accepting anything less than what is finest from me for you. Every opportunity that did not succeed was me sealing a minor entrance to reveal a far grander one. Every individual who left was me making clear the path for relationships I have selected to alter your existence. The disc you sense is not bewilderment, my child. It is validation. Your inner being perceives a change approaching before your intellect fully comprehends. Your soul readies itself before your outward conditions alter. And grasp this vital reality, my precious child. This transition is not solely about the end point. It is about the being you are evolving into throughout the journey. The passage itself is reshaping you. The very process of being relocated is freeing you from every constraint that has confined you. Where you were before, perhaps you were recognized for your difficulties, for not entirely succeeding, for being sufficient, but not viewed as remarkable. But in this new setting, you will be seen for your true self, one who bears my supply, one who brings forth advancement, one who moves in my exceptional grace. The places you have left taught you to limit your thoughts, anticipate little, and be satisfied with fragments. but your new environment will expand your ability to take in, to look for great things, to move in the entirety of what I have bestowed upon you. However, you must get ready, my child. This sacred transition needs your readiness. Make room not only in your dwelling, but in your mind and your inner self. Release past pains, aspirations that have faded, and convictions that restrict you. Ready your heart for fresh passages. Be prepared to cross limits you never envisioned, to enter locations you never believed attainable. Loosen your grip on what is known. Cease attempting to bring back circumstances that are over. Stop pleading with entrances that are shut. I'm guiding you towards something so superior that you will question why you ever held on to what is gone. Your inner sense of direction has been refreshed with the path leading to a state of overflow, impact, and command. But this is beyond a mere change of location. This new setting I am bringing you into will stir something that dwells within you already, something that has awaited the proper circumstances to bloom. What if I revealed that every resource you chased, every material gift you asked for, every advancement you looked for outside yourself was in fact diverting you from the genuine richness that is already integral to your nature? What if wealth felt hard to grasp, not because you lacked worth, but because you were pursuing something you inherently embody? Your genuinely rich existence does not begin with a sum in a ledger. It begins at the heart of what you hold to be true about yourself and about me. Get ready for an understanding that will alter everything you believed about real prosperity and what it signifies to be wealthy. In my view, your abundant life commences not in your holdings, but in the fundamental nature of your conviction. You lacked the words to describe the discomfort you experienced in settings that appeared ordinary to others. You could not articulate the things you sensed that others could not detect, and because of this you doubted yourself. But observe yourself now, my cherished one, more resilient, more certain, more harmonized. You have developed into the very endowment I set within you. And now the very keenness you once attempted to conceal is the evidence of your calling. The way you feel things so strongly, my child, how you notice what others miss. That wasn't an accident. I put that within you. I made you to sense subtle shifts, to see what others overlook. This often brought you pain because you wanted things to be easy. Yet you now understand that what you wished to be rid of was the very work I assigned. To you, you don't need to explain yourself for feeling things deeply anymore. My beloved one, your tears don't need a reason you can put into words. Don't hide the depth of what's inside you. This is a special part of you. It shows the weight I knew you were strong enough to hold. When others don't see, you do. When they pull away, you feel. When they back down, you stay steady. You carry the heaviness of hard moments until they pass. You hold the worries of others until they find peace. You absorb the strain in situations until things calm. None of this was meant to hurt you. It was making you ready. That burning feeling you used to run from, it's where your prayers now come from. The weight that confused you now gives power to your prayers for others. You've become the person you worried you might find. Someone who doesn't just get through hard things, but handles them with my strength. You aren't weighed down anymore, my child. You are ready. This way you are isn't a bad thing or something wrong or too much. It's what makes you different. What I see in you. Now it's truly starting to work, as it was meant to. Others have come against you, missed who you are, misunderstood you, my precious one. But you keep rising, you keep standing firm, you keep showing up with a quiet strength inside that won't be quieted. Something has been decided that cannot be changed. Nothing meant to hurt you can find you right now. The one who stands against, you tried again and again to reach you using distractions, obstacles, and old ways you used to be. But I have hidden you. What used to get to you now goes back where it came from. What used to make you react stops before it even touches you. This isn't because you ran away from hard times. It's because I have given you a new shield built on surrender, made pure through difficulty, and marked by my very presence. While you were quiet, a strong response was heard where you couldn't see. While you held back your words, a firm protection was put in place. While you brought your pain to me in prayer, I moved on your behalf. Now, my beloved, the darkness cannot see you. The way you used to shine, which drew attack, has changed. You have come up higher, and from this higher place your enemy cannot find you. There is deep strength in being hidden by me. It's not that difficulties disappear. It's that they can no longer locate where you stand. The way you speak with me is now on a different level. You can see truth more clearly now. Your path is hidden within the safety of being with me. You aren't just watched over, my cherished one. You are out of reach. This is why old troubles can't bother you anymore. Why the things that used to make you feel safe don't satisfy you now. Why the ways you used to go are now closed off. It's not just that you walked away from them. It's that they can no longer get to you. I have brought you to a place where only being close to me lets anything in. What you used to fight against with your own effort now just melts away in the unseen world. What used to make you react strongly now just disappears when you stay peaceful. Things meant to hurt you might be made, but they won't hit you. Attacks might be sent, but they are stopped where you cannot see. This is the reality of being recognized as belonging to me. You are standing in a new way now, my child. Not in where you are physically, but in your spirit. The person you used to be isn't in this place anymore. The one who worried, the one who was bothered, the one who reacted quickly. That old self is at peace now. Now in its place stands someone who sees clearly, who understands deeply, and who moves with the calm control. That comes from me. Yes, you still see hard things. Yes, you still witness confusion, but they cannot affect you the way they used to. That's how you know you've come up higher. Not because there are no more struggles, but because you gain victory without needing to fight them yourself. In this moment, your quiet presence carries more weight than anything you could say. Just being yourself carries more weight than anything you could do to defend yourself. You don't need to explain why you are the way you are. You just show up, and the place around you shifts. You have become a quiet strength that brings change, a place where my presence lives, and the one against you has no response to this. So let them wonder, my beloved child. Let them be confused. Let them try to figure you out. They won't be able to, because where I am taking you, even the way there is hidden. This new way of being isn't noisy or chaotic. It's about knowing your way, acting with precision, moving with clear intention, and finding rest in stillness. I'm showing you how to lead in the unseen world. Not just reacting, not rushing, not worrying, but certain, stable, and speaking what is true from me. You are growing into the person your enemy hoped you would never become, the one they cannot shake, cannot find, cannot disturb. You have moved beyond the reach of past struggles. And now, my child, your purpose is to live in this place and stay there. This means you need to explain yourself less and just be present more. You need to protect yourself less and see things more clearly. No more making yourself smaller to fit into places you've outgrown. No more asking for others to accept you when they aren't meant to walk this path with you. Only moving ahead, only staying close to me. Only living in a strength that cannot be copied because it was formed through deep trial. You've felt this change, haven't you, my precious one? That quiet you don't recognize. That deeper peace. That feeling of being separate from the chaos. That sure knowing inside that this fight isn't yours to carry. That's not you not caring. That's you being protected. Those who thought they knew you fully will look for the person you used to be and won't find them. That version of you is gone. What stands now is someone marked by me, hidden in my purpose, moving forward quietly and showing up with strength. Let this truth settle deep inside you, my child. They cannot find you. They cannot stop you. They cannot push you aside. Everything that tried to hold you back, every delay, every distraction, every challenge has come to its end. The very last thing trying to stop you has just disappeared. What felt stuck is now moving. What was closed off can now be reached. What was held back has now been given to you. You are here right now in the time you hoped for. Even when you couldn't find the words for what you needed, some things were held back. This wasn't because you weren't ready inside, but because the world around you wasn't aligned yet. A state of readiness was being built, not only within you, my child, but also for the place I planned for you to be. Certain conversations were delayed, opportunities were put on hold, and connections were kept from you. This wasn't to cause you pain, but to protect the way I had laid out for you. Now, my precious child, that heavy feeling is gone. You have felt it deep within your spirit. That clear sense of understanding, the absence of the resistance you once faced. The entrances that were hard to push open now stand wide and easy to enter. This isn't random luck. It is me giving the sign. Things in my unseen world have shifted, and what was blocked before must now move aside. I have opened a clear way ahead for you that no one can shut, and nothing from your past, your mistakes, your fears, or what others think of you can stop this. This isn't just me telling you things are okay, my child. It's me releasing my strength for you. You paid a price when no one was watching. You held strong through the difficulty. You showed your strength by waiting, by letting me shape you, and by staying quiet when you wanted to speak. You stayed true to me even when no one saw, and now the wall is gone. The time for waiting is over. Being ready all the time is now turning into things actually happening. But it won't look exactly how you thought it would. This clear way won't be announced loudly. It won't demand you notice it. It will just quietly invite you forward, a quiet nudge. Me placing you correctly, my gentle voice guiding you. A connection that will only make sense once you see the full picture. Big changes in life don't usually come with trumpets, my child. They often show up quietly as a simple chance to take a step. This is why it's so important now to know how to feel my guidance. When the waiting stops, you might feel like rushing or proving something to others. But my beloved child, you don't need to prove anything more. This isn't a time for forcing things. It's a time for receiving what I give you. You aren't chasing things wildly anymore. You are choosing your steps carefully. You aren't begging for what you need. You are moving because of my favor on you. This time isn't for looking everywhere. It's for taking good care of what I put in your hands. The door you wanted is open now. The time of being held back is over. Now, my child, the question is whether you will care for this blessing with the same carefulness you practiced during the hard times. How you care for these new chances will show how long they stay open for you. The stop wasn't just to make you jump ahead. It was to make sure you could move forward steadily. What begins now isn't just one thing. It's a flow that keeps going. In this flow, you will need to see things clearly, be completely honest, and act dependably. Remember that the waiting time had a reason for you. I never forgot you. I was making you stronger. The strength inside you that you will use now grew during that time. You were made able to hold more, so you could take hold of what is coming to you now. Don't be surprised if things happen quickly now. Something you asked me for over a long time might show up fast. When the unseen resistance is gone, things don't just drip, they flow out fully. But this time, my beloved, you are ready. You won't get lost trying to keep up with how fast things move. You won't mess up the good things you finally have. You won't go back to the old ways that trapped you before. The person you are now isn't pushed by wanting things. You are steady because of what you have lived through with me. You don't just react to things. You stand strong. You are not afraid. I am with you. There is a way I want you to walk now, my cherished one. Not rushing, not holding back, but walking alongside me. You will see the reason for each step you take when you look back later. Every choice you make will open up more chances. Every yes you say will matter.